What up, YouTube? This your favorite realtor, your favorite flipper, your favorite all of that. And I'm back like I love some. I'm going to talk to you guys about a topic that I hear a lot, that I get a lot from my clients. They constantly ask me, bro, can you help me find a cheap house? I want me something cheap, bro. I want me a little fixer-upper or something like that. So I'm going to answer the age-old question, which is, should you buy a cheap house? Like, should you buy the little fixer-upper? Should you buy the house that's sub $10,000? I'm gonna just give you a case study. I just bought one myself for $5,000 at the beginning of this year. $5,000. I was ecstatic to get it. Hell yeah. Oh my gosh. $5,000. That ain't nothing. I could spend that on this. I could get a used car for the same price. My God, I'm winning. You know, this was my mentality, but I came into it with the correct knowledge, and I want to share that knowledge with you so that you can know what you're getting into when you pick up the cheap house. So number one, the first thing that you got to be prepared for when you're going to pick up a cheap house is, LeBron, it's going to be a dog. It's going to be terrible. It's going to need an incredible amount of work. The structural systems might be messed up. The actual, the plumbing, the electrical. I had to redo all of that in this $5,000 house. New electrical, new plumbing, new HVAC, everything literally had to be redone from the ground up because of the fact that the house was just dogged out and it was in horrible condition. So the first thing I want to say to you is, if it's cheap, it's cheap for a reason. Ain't nobody giving nothing away in this economy and in this day and age. If it's cheap for a reason. So if you're gonna pick up a house that's below $10,000, go and prepare your heart for the offering. Go and get ready. You're going to have to do an incredible amount of work to bring this house back up to par. So that's rule number one. First thing you need to get through your mind is you picking up a dog. You picking up a big project. You ain't getting nothing. You're not getting a high five in an easy time. That's not what you're getting here. You're getting a project that's going to require a certain level of, how shall I say, a certain level of skill, a certain level of patience, and a certain level of funding to pull it off. The second thing that you'll encounter when you pick up the cheap house is, it's going to be on the block. It's going to be in the hood like dope. Yay. It's going to be in the hood. You're not buying a $5,000 house or a $10,000 house in a pristine, beautiful suburban community. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen unless there's some really strange systematic failure going on. But most of the time, if you spending $5 in this economy, in this market, in this day and age, or $10,000 in this market, in this economy, in this day and age, friend, I can guarantee you that property is gonna be off the beaten path. It's gonna be on the block. It's gonna be in the hood. And so that brings a certain amount of trepidation that you might want to have, a certain amount of precaution that you might want to take. Why? Because if it's in the hood, then you already know what time it is. I walked in on this house one day. A homeless man was sleeping on the floor in the house. My word is bond. I know you think I'm lying, so I'm gonna put the picture in there. Real talk with the police and everything. Like, a homeless man in that mug on the floor. You feel me? Like, when them dirty boy dropped, he just went on and hit the floor. Boy was there. These are the type of things that you're gonna deal with when you buy a cheap house. It's gonna be on the block. You might have some homeless people in there. While you're working on it, he meant no harm, thank God. But this was just another factor that I had to encounter. And last but not least, when you buy a cheap house, you have to understand that this property, no matter how much money you put into it, no matter how much, whatever you throw, you could put granite in there, you could doll this thing up, you can make it the most beautiful, stylish house in the world. But I'm here to tell you, friend, if you buy an extremely cheap house that's not in a great area, it does not matter what you put into this property. The house is worth what it's worth. And what it's worth is whatever the ARV is, whatever the comps around it say. Now, is it worth what you paid for it? Not necessarily, because you probably got it as a steal because it needed an incredible amount of work. You probably got it at a good price. However, in order for you to be able to recoup your money, you need to peep the game and see exactly what people are buying houses for in that community that are already fixed up. That's what the ARV is. It's the after repair value. And I can tell you this, you want to have that knowledge on the front end, not the back end, because that's going to inform every design choice that you make inside of that property. What I'm telling you is some properties don't deserve granite. Some properties don't deserve brand new tile. Some properties don't deserve brand new light fixtures. Some properties don't deserve a brand new roof. It truly depends on what the comps say, because what the comps say That's what dictates the price, not what you put in it. So those are my quick tips and my quick advice for if you're thinking about buying a cheap property, you're thinking about picking up something that needs some work. Well, you know, should you do it? Yeah, maybe, I guess. If you walk into the door informed, if you walk into the door with a clean understanding of what you're getting into, then absolutely. Shoot.